Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul fought, and nobody won. I'm Robin Lundberg here with senior writer Chris Mannix. And Chris, it's funny to me to see people complain about this because, they're talking about it being a joke going in, and then it turned out to be a joke. So who's the joke on? One of the takeaways I have seen, though, is that Floyd Mayweather is sort of making a mockery of his boxing legacy. I don't think anything can take away from what he's done. And to me, this is almost a mutant version of what's happened in his career before, where people, get hyped about a fight and then leave thinking he didn't do enough in the ring for their taste.
Well, let's start with the people that are upset about this. You are all stupid, frankly. Like, Floyd quite literally told people in the week before the fight not to buy it. He said, it's legalized bank robbery. I can bring my Z game and beat him. I haven't trained for this fight. He was telling you exactly how this was going to play out. And quite frankly, I feel like it was more competitive than I thought it was going to be because Logan Paul, who is not a skilled boxer, did what he could do, which was use his size to tangle with Mayweather, lean on him, and do what a lot of bigger natural boxers do when they're facing a smaller opponent. So complaints, send them somewhere else. As far as Mayweather's legacy, it wasn't tarnished at all by this. In the same way that Mike Tyson's legacy wasn't tarnished by his exhibition with Roy Jones, in the same way that whatever Oscar De La Hoya does in the coming months with his exhibition fight is not going to be tarnished. In the same way, if you want to go back even further, Muhammad Ali's legacy wasn't tarnished by his exhibition against the Japanese wrestler. A lot of people forgot about that. What they do remember about Ali are the great fights he had with Foreman and Frazier and others. So Floyd Mayweather is not going to be remembered for the 8 rounds he spent sparring with Logan Paul. He's going to be remembered for Miguel Cotto, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, and the litany of great fighters that he faced.
Yeah, Canelo Alvarez, Shane Mosley, right? I mean, you can keep going on and on about the guys that Floyd has faced. As far as the fight itself, you mentioned Paul was able to go the whole distance. He's got, 20 years and 30 pounds on Mayweather. How much of that was, you think, Floyd just, taking it easy on the guy, too?
No, I don't think he was taking it easy at all. I think in the first couple of rounds, Floyd did a lot of what he did against Conor McGregor, which was let McGregor kind of tire himself out. And then he went on the offensive and took the fight to Logan Paul. The difference is McGregor is close to Floyd's size. Logan Paul is not. And as I said, I thought Logan was remarkably effective with his leaning on Mayweather. If you know boxing, that is what takes the legs out from under a smaller fighter. We see great heavyweights like Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. They do that. Vladimir Klitschko before then, they do that stuff all the time. It saps the strength and the energy from them. So I think when Logan Paul started doing that in the middle rounds, you knew it was more likely than not to go the distance. But I could tell based on the reaction of Mayweather after the fight that he anticipated at some point stopping Logan Paul, but the tactics employed by Logan prevented him from doing that.
So maybe Logan Paul earned a little bit of respect while Floyd stole a whole bunch of money.
Basically, I would say that's what happened.